Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today we are going to be smoking a ham, as you see right there. We've never done this before, and when I say we, I mean my husband, because I don't do the smoking. So I'm going to let him tell you what he's going to do here.
We've been looking for a ham to smoke, and the only thing in the stores are fully cooked smoked hams, and it didn't make any sense to me to smoke a smoked ham. Though I did recently find out that you can do that, and I'll give a little, I'll tell you how to do that too. So I found this ham at the local grocery store. It's a shank ham. It's about 10 pounds. It costs 12 bucks.
Pretty good deal. Oh.
You know, and so when you get a cooked ham, it's considerably more than that. I'll have to process it first, and then we'll start getting it ready to put in the smoker. And of course, I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with pigskin before. It's tough. It's not easy to deal with.
Speaking of pigs.
Bella break.
Hi Bella, you think you're getting some of that, don't you?
She's like, hell yeah.
You're not, you're on a diet, like we should be.
Skin's gross.
Skin is gross, I'm not gonna lie.
Your skin's not.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I think you just sprayed ham on me.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
He's snorting.
Okay. So now that I've kind of got into this, the ham, it smells like cooked ham. But the package clearly said to fully cook. So what I think we're dealing with here, and unfortunately I'm not experienced enough to know the different things you can get in the store. This is more than likely a cured ham that needs to be cooked. Really, from what I've read, it's not much different how you cook a cured ham that needs to be cooked versus a fully cooked cured ham. You just pull it out at a different temperature. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep trimming some of the fat off, and we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, so what I did is I trimmed off quite a bit of fat, tried to leave about 1/4 inch. I did realize that the areas here that look cooked have fat underneath them, and you could just separate this off and then pretty soon you wouldn't have anything left. So I stopped doing that. And then you can see I scored lines about 1 inch apart, about maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch deep. And so that's more of an aesthetic thing, but it also helps the smoke penetrate into the roast more. So now this is ready to be put into the smoker. And so I'm going to go get it fired up. This can rest and come up to room temperature, and a lot of people do that before they put it in the oven or smoker. So I'm just going to let this sit, get that ready, and then we'll show that going in. So the smoker's getting up to temperature, and I'm just frankly tired of waiting. So we're going to go out there and put this in. Okay, so I got the ham in there. So now I need to add the wood. And this is pecan wood. I prefer to use this for everything. It's not overpowering. Slightly sweet. I haven't found a meat yet that it doesn't really complement. I think I said this before, it takes about 15 minutes per pound. So we're looking at about 2.5 hours. I'm going to try to get it up to about 335 degrees. I do have water in the pan to help keep some moisture in the air. It is harder to get the temperature up and keep it up with water, but I don't want this to dry out. And so we'll just kind of let this go. We're going to go put a glaze together, and then about an hour before it's ready, we'll put the glaze on. Okay, so we got the ham on the smoker. and so I'm going to put together the glaze. And the glaze doesn't go on until later on, but we'll get it ready and just put it in the fridge. Okay, so we have allspice, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, honey Dijon mustard, molasses, and apple whiskey. And this whiskey is ensign red, but there's, I think every whiskey manufacturer or distillery has an apple. So if you're wanting to do this, you don't have to get that specific kind. And we have brown sugar. So I got a cup of brown sugar already in here, and then it's going to be a 1/4 cup of Dijon, of the Dijon mustard, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of all the spices. I'll probably put about 1.5 ounces of whiskey in there, and then probably a tablespoon of molasses. All right, so we got the brown sugar, and this is allspice. My wife's making me measure.
Yeah, I'm making a measure. We don't like to measure, but people like to
12.
know how much is in things.
Nutmeg. Cinnamon. Let's see here, we'll do the mustard. If you weren't hungry before, you're hungry now. That was kind of gross. I'm not a big fan of Dijon by itself, but I think this will taste pretty damn good.
I like Dijon.
I like you.
I like you too.
More than Dijon?
Yes. I would hope so. Bella's making her soothing sounds over there.
The soothing sounds.
Of Bella. She's going to town on her paw.
I've always wanted to record a bulldog and just sell it as like a white noise. Relaxation.
Bulldog soundtrack. I think the
Yeah.
only people that would be relaxed by bulldog sounds are those that have bulldogs. They're not very relaxing otherwise.
People don't know what they're missing.
No. The snoring. Just whatever she's doing right now. Okay, so we got the molasses in there. Would you put a tablespoon?
Yep.
And now the whiskey.
This is really nice whiskey.
It is good. It goes very well with, what do we drink that with? I can't remember.
Cranberry.
Cranberry, that's right. And all mixed together.
And you're looking for a thick paste, which this is definitely going to do that.
It smells.
Smells heavenly.
It does smell really good. It smells like a dessert. Which I guess is kind of the point. You want something sweet on there.
That is absolutely just layered
Layers of flavors.
with flavor. Oh man, it's good.
Yeah, it smells really good. Like I said, it smells like a dessert. He's gonna put a little more whiskey in there. How much do you think you put in before? Did you say?
I didn't put in that much. If I was measuring, maybe a shot. So what's that? 1.5 ounces?
1.5 ounces is a shot, yeah.
So I'll just put in just a little bit more.
That's probably another.
Yeah, I think that's about 1/2 ounce. Yeah, 2 ounces of whiskey, I think. Of course, that's personal preference.
And I guess you wouldn't have to use any if you didn't want to. You could probably sub with apple juice.
Or not.
Yeah, but you want, it might be too thick otherwise. Don't you think? Or no?
I think it may be too thick, yes.
So I would say apple juice. Because apple pairs with pork.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the smell of that is just fantastic.
It's good taste.
Oh, yeah.
Better? Mm-hmm. Better with more booze?
So you get hit immediately with the apple whiskey. and then the spices
come on the back.
Come on the back, and then you get the Dijon and the brown sugar and the molasses. That's wonderful. That's just really good.
All right, so now we're gonna set this aside until we're ready to use it.
Okay, so the internal temp's about 120. We got about an hour left of cooking, and so I'm gonna put the glaze on. All right, so about an hour, maybe a little less, and we should be ready to pull it. Okay, so on the internal thermometer, I actually put it up to 165 because I took our instant read and it did count an average and it was a little bit low. I'm afraid at this point though, if I keep cooking it, the bulk of the meat's not going to be done very well. So I went ahead and pulled it, and this is what it looks like. You know, it'd be nice if the whole thing looked like this side. It looks really nice, but the way that the bone's in there and everything, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna eat it, not look at it. So I'm gonna let this rest for probably half hour, and then we'll be ready to go. We did set aside some glaze, which I think will actually just be good to maybe drizzle on some sliced ham. Okay, so I started cutting into it. As you'll see, maybe the outside is a little dry, but I had mentioned that I was getting different temperatures in different parts, and that's just going to happen when you do a roast. Is the outside is going to be more done, so that's really minimal. I've tasted even the dry pieces, and they're really good. I'm not worried about that at all. I consider this definitely a success. That glaze is just phenomenal. The turkey. I mean, the ham it really is moist, a nice smoky ham flavor, and then that glaze just really set it off because it's got that really strong like clove taste that you associate with a Christmas ham, and then you get hit with that really sweet, almost candy flavor at the end. So smoked ham shank with apple whiskey glaze.
Success.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, you can do a cooked and smoked ham, and you just do it. You would do it to an internal temperature of 140 because it's already cooked and ready to eat. And then what you'll get is on the outside, you'll have that nice smoky flavor of whatever wood that you used, and then the inside will be whatever smoke that they put in at the processing plant. So this is a fun way to kind of spruce up a Christmas ham. You're using your smoker, so you're not using the oven. Might actually make things easier if you're married. That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, well, I would call that a success.
Absolutely.
I tasted it too. It tastes amazing. I think that glaze is amazing.
I think you're amazing.
Whoa, I think you're amazing too. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.